And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Hope you had a great Monday. Today is Tuesday, and it's February 18th, and it's one of my favorite days. National Drink Wine Day.
I'm not surprised.
Thanks, Ken. We'll tell you about the history of wine in just a bit.
All right. On our show today, Supervisor Lisa Bartlett is here, and she is bringing along Andrea Swain. And Andrea is with the Dana Point Festival of Wales Foundation, and that wonderful time of year down in Dana Point is happening the second and third weekend of March. We're going to find out all about that. And Steve Parsons will be here telling us, giving us a third mutual update. Their meeting follows, by the way, at 9:30 today if you're watching us in the morning. And we're going to take you out to Newport Beach for the Hogue Golf Classic.
We have one meeting this morning, and that is the third board meeting, and that'll be in the boardroom at 9:30 in the morning. All right, so National Drink Wine Day. Yes, Ken was not surprised. But you know what? Wine is very popular, although we've got some interesting statistics to tell you about wine. Well, wine does have its benefits after all. Moderate drinkers of wine have lower risk of liver disease, type 2 diabetes, certain kinds of cancers, heart attack, and stroke. It can also reduce the bad cholesterol, LDL, and increase the good cholesterol, HDL. Now, drinking wine includes other benefits as well. When paired with the right meal, it enhances the flavor of spices, fruits, and sauces. And, of course, a glass of wine can help us relax. Learning about wine keeps our minds sharp, too, since the fruits, regions, and the making of wine have such a complex story. Those who delve into the education find themselves traveling to learn more. So as you can see there, we've got a nice group of folks who are traveling and learning all about wine. And you know, there's an awful lot of wine country just right here, actually, in Orange County. Now, wine has been produced for thousands of years. The earliest evidence of wine is Georgia from 6,000 BC, Iran from 5,000 BC, and MyHeritage, Sicily, from 4000 BC. The earliest archaeological evidence of wine produced from grapes has been found at sites in China, Georgia, Lebanon, Iran, Greece, and Sicily. And the oldest existence of wine production has been found in Armenia. Now, it has been hypothesized that early humans climbed trees to pick berries, liked their sugary flavor, and then began collecting them. After a few days with fermentation setting in, juice at the bottom of the container would begin producing low alcohol levels of wine. According to this theory, things changed around 10,000 to 8,000 BC with the transition from a nomadic to a sedentism style of living, which led to agriculture and wine domestication. Now there you can see there's a number of pairings that you can do. In fact, there was someone that actually paired Girl Scout cookies with wine, which I thought was very creative. Now, the interesting story is that wine consumption has gone way down. And with the millennials, they are choosing not to go the wine route. They are choosing to go more of a whiskey route or their delicious little fermented drinks called White Claw and a variety of other choices as well. So very interesting. And as I mentioned, we went from, and here's the top 5, craft beer, whiskey, hard seltzer, beer, of course, and then vodka, which I'm contributing to as well. Nonetheless, there you go. That's the interesting information. However, as I mentioned, we went from a nomadic state to a more sedentary state. And, you know, Homer's always drinking something, beer, wine, whatever it is. Ken?
Interesting. Yeah, I saw that on the news today about wine consumption being way down. So and as you said, the millennials are drinking something different, and that's not unusual. That's, you know, throughout time, the younger people, you know, back would drink the Zima, remember all that kind of stuff. Same difference. It's really the exact same thing. They think it's new, but it's not. All right, we got some beautiful weather coming your way this weekend or this week, and we may have a little bit of rain, which would be nice. Hey, look at this. Beautiful over the next few days, kind of what we had over the weekend. Not much change. Some mild afternoon winds. We were supposed to, last week they talked about some Santa Ana winds stirring up, but really it's little to nothing, which is nice. Now, look at Friday and Saturday. We're going to see a good chance of some rain coming in. This is more of a system that is coming down from the north, offshore, and then it's going to swing around and come up really almost like subtropical. So therefore, you can see on Friday, 70 degrees. it's still going to be relatively warm. Saturday, we'll see that start to go down. All told, we're looking maybe some evening rain coming in Friday to Saturday morning. So it's not going to be a lot, at least at this point. We've seen how this can change, but if we can get some, that would be nice. We certainly can use it, that's for sure. Let's look around the area today. Absolutely beautiful everywhere you go. Big Bear, 51 degrees. Palm Springs, because this is not a strong Santa Ana wind condition, it's extremely mild. Some offshore breezes. That's why you see Palm Springs warmer than here. You know, when you get those stronger winds, then it's just the opposite of that. And yeah, the Festival of Whales, look at that. There you go. Very nice. We're going to have them on in just a moment, along with Lisa Bartlett, tell you all about that. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you plan a memorial service for somebody that's as close as your mother is to you, it's oftentimes very emotional. There are emotions that come up that you don't plan on, and I was very surprised by the warmth, and I was very surprised by the hand-holding going through the ceremony. And that's why I completely trust O'Connor Mortuary.
It's never too late to improve your health with exercise. Challenge yourself to get moving in the morning. Hi, I'm Susan Tuttle. I'd like to encourage you to tune in to Channel 6 each weekday mornings at 7:55. 30 minutes of daily exercise will add years to your life. What are you waiting for? Come join me.
When you have confidence in your retirement future, you can live the life you've always imagined. Because of planning, you now have time to reflect on the wonderful memories of your life. You and your spouse finally have the luxury of leisure time together. To spend fun times with your grandkids, sharing the joy of their excitement about life. Smiling at the thought of quality time with your children and of picking up the check. At last, you have time to breathe and rekindle the love of your life. Why? Because you imagined what could be. You planned for retirement. So today, you own your future.
Welcome back. Well, you know, as I was saying during the weather, it's that time of the year again. The wonderful Dana Point Festival of the Whales is coming up on the second and third weekend of March. The first weekend is the first and the second, so it's going to be the second and third weekends. And I'm really happy to have Supervisor Lisa Bartlett here today, and she has brought along Andrea Swain, who is with the Dana Point Festival of the Whales Foundation. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah, always good to see you. And welcome. Nice to have you on as well. This is a wonderful time of the year, isn't it?
It is. It's the springtime, and our Dana Point Festival of Whales is one of our favorite events. This is the 49th Dana Point Festival of Whales, which is amazing.
It is. I was surprised when I saw that. Yeah, 49 years. It's incredible.
It is. And we start off the festivities with a parade, which is a lot of fun. Great way to kick off the 2 weekends of special activities that are family friendly for everyone, and people bring their dogs down, and people from all around the region come to enjoy the Festival of Whales. It's a really special time of year for Dana Point.
Yeah, it is, and I think people come really from throughout, sometimes California, to come down to this, Andrea, because this is a very special time, and it really, over the years, has put Dana Point on the map of being a very unique place. and offering, you folks down in Dana Point, things are happening constantly throughout the year, but this is something that is really unique, isn't it?
It's unique to Dana Point, and as I said, it's been in place for about 49 years
Yeah.
now. But what's special this year, it's the first year where we can really promote and advertise that Dana Point Harbor is the dolphin and whale watching capital of the world.
Ah, you got that official designation
We
now.
do, yes. We're very proud of
Fantastic.
it.
How do you go about getting something like that? Do you apply for it and they kind of look at the history and?
Well, and I have to credit Donna Kalis for this because she was really the impetus, along with Giselle Anderson, in working hard to create a vibe in Dana Point with our dolphins and whales, and actually go and actually get the trademark. So we're very proud that it's officially trademarked and we're off and running.
Yeah, and Andrea, we mentioned the whales. Obviously, we'll get to that, but people forget that what a mecca to watch dolphins throughout the year.
Dolphins and whales are regular. You can go out any day of the week, and the water's just very, very close off the shores of Dana Point, and see wildlife year-round. So part of the designation of Dana Point as the whale watching capital of the world comes from that fact. Year-round is a big deal. And although the Festival of Whales really celebrates the migration of the California gray whale past our shores, a lot of people don't know this, but there are a number of whale species here, year-round. Anytime you go out, you can see 3 or 4 species of dolphins, 4 or 5 species of whales. So it's really a unique place.
Yeah, it is.
And the actual point in Dana Point at the headlands, a lot of scientists believe that serves as a wayfinding point for the whales in their migration. Yeah. So we have orca come by, humpback whales.
That would be cool to see.
Yeah, it's really a unique and beautiful environment, and unlike a lot of harbors, you can be in a boat and on the water within 5 to 10 minutes max, and that doesn't happen very often in many other.
You have to travel a little ways.
Right.
Let's talk about the wonderful logo this year.
Yes.
Because I really like this one a lot, and I have to look. There you go on the jacket as well. But I love the way that the vibrant colors, and it's a very simple design, and yet it conveys everything.
All the motion is in there.
Yeah.
The motion, the spray that happens when a whale does a deep dive and shows their tail fluke. The water sprays in the air, and our logo artist this year, Mika Denny, she is originally from Laguna. She grew up in Laguna. And so her inspiration came directly from actually seeing the whales in the wild. And she conveyed it beautifully in this year's logo. It's a long-standing tradition to utilize the talents of local and, so in some cases over the years, nationally known artists. And we got lucky with this one. This is a really good one. We've had great ones over the years, but this one's vibrant and exciting, and I think
very well done.
Very well done.
And I understand next year for the 50th, you're going to be having a contest again.
We're gonna bring back that tradition, open it back up, and open it back up to the public, and also allow past entrants, people that have tried in the past when we've had logo design contests, to resubmit past entries.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So all you artists out there, get your paints.
More info to come.
Everything going. Now, also this year, Lisa, I've been told that the parade is changing locations, kind of bringing everything together. So the parade comes down to the harbor this year. Before, in the past years, it's always been up on, I think on PCH, I'm not quite sure the street, but it ended up there, and you had sort of a disconnect.
Yes, because many of the activities for Festival of the Whales are down in our harbor. So we're making the whole event this year more harbor-centric, and the parade route will actually be through the harbor, which will be really different this year, but I think it's a great tradition to start, especially coming on to our 50th anniversary for next year. Yeah,
and the parade's a lot of fun in itself. What are the times? Are the parades, is it each morning or just one time?
The parade has traditionally been our day one kickoff, so March 7th is Parade Day. Traditionally, that parade has gone through downtown, down PCH, and ending with a street fair also in La Plaza Park. Now, both of those things will be in the parade. The parade will start at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And if anybody's seen that parade, it's very exciting. It's full of all the spectacle of a mini Thanksgiving Day parade, and that it has the floats and giant helium balloons like the Macy's parade. They'll be coming over the Island Way Bridge. So if you can imagine what that's going to look like, that's going to be just amazing.
Really a lot of fun.
So the parade will start at 10 a.m. on the island side of the harbor. Great viewing area. Good tip for a great viewing area would be at the corner of Island Way and Dana Point Harbor Drive.
Okay.
Another tip for people coming down to view the parade would be ample parking at Doheny State Beach.
Okay.
And we'll have shuttles running, free shuttles to bring people into the harbor to line up along Doheny or Dana Point Harbor Drive.
Okay.
A lot of great viewing there.
And of course,
as well.
all this is on the website. So
everything can be found on the website.
You always put the parking locations and the shuttles and
parking,
make
shuttles,
it very easy.
Festivalofwhales.com is where you can find everything you'll need to know.
And good food and just
Good
a
food,
lot of
music, entertainment. The street fair will be right in that main parking lot at the corner of Golden Lantern and Dana Point Harbor Drive, where the Brig Restaurant is, right in front of El Torito. We'll have Whales, Tales, and Ales presented by the Pet Project Foundation, complete with a doggy costume contest. And the really unique thing about the Dana Point Festival of Whales is that Dana Point Festival of Whales Foundation is a nonprofit. The whole event is organized with the help of other local nonprofits who run the various events that are on the schedule. So it's
very nice.
Very long-standing community event that is run by community power and benefits the community directly and celebrates the wonderful wildlife we have right here off our coast.
And when you think about the tradition, Lisa, down there, it goes so far back. There are people, proprietors down there, and who owns, I forget his name, the coffee and the ice cream guy.
Jim Miller.
Yeah, who's been down there all these years, and other family businesses. And it's just tremendous that keeps going, and it will keep going. We know that the harbor area is going to go through remodeling and updating, but all these places are still going to be there, and just an exciting time.
It's an exciting time for everyone with the harbor renovations in progress, and our parade and Festival of Whales events for 2 weekends. It's just going to be a great time for the entire community, and we just can't wait.
Yeah, fantastic. We want to talk about a couple other things, though. Something you've been involved with, I think this is for a few years anyway, this third or fourth year, and that is the wonderful Pet Expo. And it's up in Lake Forest, the sports park up there. In fact, we went to it last year, and we had great fun. It's really very well done. You've got a lot of different folks up there. You've got a chance of pet adoptions, and you've got, I think last year there was somebody there, the dog from Bella, the dog from the movie, and a lot goes on up there, and it's free and easy to get to.
It's a free event March 28th, Saturday, and we expect Bruce Cameron, the author of A Dog's Way Home and many of the major motion picture movies. He usually brings one of the dogs from one of his movies, and it's a great time for the entire family. As you said, pet adoptions, we've got food trucks, we've got music, we have dog exhibitions. Bruce Cameron will be there for the book signing as well. So just a fun day for everyone. We're expecting about 6,000 people this year.
Yeah.
So big turnout.
Yeah, and like I said, we went last year. Parking is easy, a lot of fun, and you'll be back on probably before then and tell us more about that.
Definitely.
Yeah, good. You know what I remember more than anything last year? We have a dachshund who's now 15 years old, and there was a dachshund adoptions or whatever it was, and there was a woman there with this little 18-year-old dachshund, and I thought, 18, and it was still kind of like running around, and I thought that was, that's the kind of things you see up there. It's really cool. Now, another thing we want to talk about, of course, is the California primary is early this year, 3 months, I think, early. It's going to be coming up on Super Tuesday on March 3rd, and the mail-out ballots have already gone out. We received ours I think about a week or so ago. They went out on February 3rd. We're doing things different. There's vote centers this year. There's 2 in this area. We're going to have Clubhouse 7 and then over at City Hall.
Yes. So absentee ballots are definitely out, and people are starting to vote. We have 188 vote centers that will be open up starting this Saturday throughout Orange County. And many of the drop-off locations, too, like public libraries and city halls, are also have the secured ballot boxes there where you can drop off your ballot.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier than it has been, but you got to remember it's early this year, and people aren't used to that here in California.
Yes, with the March primary, it is early this year, moved up from June, so people just need to be aware of that. But we've been really good about getting the word out there on social media and through the newspapers to make sure that everyone gets out there and votes. And like I said, the vote centers are going to be open starting this Saturday. They will have extended hours on 4 of the days. There are 11 days to vote total. So we're really giving the public a greater opportunity to either mail in their ballot early or to go to one of the vote centers or drop-off locations.
Okay, so easy to do, and you can go to, I think it's voteoc.org or .gov, or I think that's the website, but you can find out information there. But you should have gotten all your ballots mailed out to you, and like I said, the locations are very close by, right in the community, basically easy to do this year. Again, the Festival of the Whales is going to be happening March 7th and 8th, and then the 14th and 15th, so the 2nd and 3rd weekend of March. And I really do stress, go online first, festivalofwhales.com. You can get a little bit more information about the parking area, the shuttles. They do a wonderful job down there. It is so much fun, and just a great tradition.
Yes, and I still encourage everyone to sign up for my e-newsletter that comes out every Friday. So go on to the county website and sign up for the e-newsletter. That way you'll get information about all the events and activities in the 5th District, information about road closures, and a whole host of other good information.
And if you sign up today, you'll see us again on her newsletter coming up on Friday.
Yes.
Great to see you again, as always.
Well. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Andrea.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, hope to see you again, and great to have you folks up here.
We'll see you at the harbor.
Yes, definitely. We'll be right back.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
I've been coming here since about 1995, 25 years. When it comes to medicine, you have 3 choices. They either give you chemicals, or they cut your body, give you surgery, or you can do something about your body where you heal yourself from inside out. You reach a point of no return where you really want to end it all, because you cannot take that depression and that anxiety. That's not life. I don't think there's anybody in the world doing what he is doing. It'll only help you, and then you can phase to whatever part of your life you want to phase.
Call today for your free phone consultation. The 2020 election is ushering in a new and exciting change for all of Orange County voting residents. We've always been a leader in election innovation, and now that same strength and legacy are coming to the election process with our new vote centers. This historic shift in voting from traditional polling places to vote centers will make it more convenient, more secure, and more accessible for all voters. As technology is constantly advancing and voter habits change, the traditional polling place model has fallen behind the needs of Orange County voters. We are now introducing vote centers to Orange County. This new way to vote means we are no longer restricted to voting on just one day. We take away the confusion of which polling place to cast your ballot, and we modernize, simplify, and increase security of the entire voting process. Vote centers usher in an incredible leap forward in how our elections are held. You will now be able to vote in person over an 11-day period in nearly 200 county-operated vote centers with highly trained staff that can help you from registering to vote, casting your ballot, and everything in between. Gone are the days of your address determining where you vote or the need for most provisional ballots. Now you can choose to vote at any location convenient for you. Walk in when you want and where you want. Voting in person at a vote center will be a similar experience to what you're used to, only with some exciting enhancements to make the process easier and more efficient, ensuring every vote is handled accurately and securely. Every voter will receive a ballot through the mail prior to Election Day, but this isn't your only option to vote. When voting in person, a new electronic check-in process speeds up voting time, verifies your information, and provides real-time data to election staff so they can better assist you. Regardless of how you choose to vote in person, the procedures all remain the same. If you vote by mail, you can keep voting the same way you have in the past. Your ballot and process will look the same as before. If you prefer to drop off your vote-by-mail ballot, we now have brand new ballot drop boxes located throughout Orange County. These new ballot drop boxes are easy to spot, convenient, and have enhanced security measures. Vote centers are staffed with friendly, professionally trained agents who can assist you with all of your voter needs and offer more services than the traditional polling place. If it's your first time voting or you need general voter assistance, you can stop by any vote center for help. There, they can verify your vote-by-mail ballot has been received, generate a replacement ballot, or check your registration status. We are excited about this incredible new election process that makes voting more accessible, more secure, and simply easier. For more information, please visit ocvote.com.
Steve Parsons is with me right now. He is the board president of the Third Mutual. And if you're watching us in the morning at 9:30, we'll be their monthly meeting, their February meeting. If you're watching us later in the day, you'll see a replay of that at 6 o'clock. Steve?
Hi, how you doing?
Happy Tuesday to you. How you doing?
To you too.
Yeah, good to see you. You haven't been on for a while.
True.
Yeah,
True.
It's nice to have you back.
Yeah.
And as I said, your meeting's coming up in just a little bit.
In just a few minutes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you brought some notes to talk about?
Yeah, a couple things I want to bring to the attention of everybody. And these are two topics that I'd like you to kind of get a look inside your board, some things we have to deal with and how you can help.
Okay.
So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the moratorium that I put on alterations a few days ago, and I'll just go through the whole process so you understand what happened. During the week of 27 January, some of our board members became concerned about authorizing a certain type of alteration variance. The case was sent to our legal counsel for clarification as to how our approval of this case could possibly put us at risk of litigation.
Okay.
The following Monday, I received a legal brief on the case and was counseled that approval of this case might place us in jeopardy of legal litigation and that I should present this information to the entire Third Mutual Board as soon as possible for discussion. After further review, I instituted a moratorium on alteration variances for Third Mutual on the 5th of February for 2 days until our board could hold a meeting and deliberate on this matter. On the 7th of February, after nearly an hour of deliberation, a vote was taken to continue our current process of approving alteration variances. Also at this time, the third board lifted the moratorium and we resumed business as usual of approving alteration variances for Third Mutual. I hope you'll understand my actions, and I apologize for any inconvenience this 2-day moratorium caused for our residents or the contractors. Be assured the Third Mutual Board takes matters like this very seriously. It's our duty to execute fiduciary responsibility to the utmost of our ability and represent your interest as well. So hopefully that'll give you a little insight on that matter.
Okay.
Next, I'd like to take you to another matter that's been coming up over the last few months, and that's aggressive animal behavior and event reporting. Now, some people might think, well, this is just a normal thing, but it really isn't. We've had several cases that have come up that were unreported. So there have been many cases of aggressive animal behavior that have come to our attention of your board members over the past few months. When we review these cases, we often find that there have been previous unreported cases of animal on animal and animal on human events. I'll take this a little slow so you can kind of understand where we're going with it. Unreported cases do not help our community or the recipients of these attacks. Some of our residents who are brought before an executive hearing or a meet and confer meeting of their animal's current behavior want us to take into consideration past aggressive animal behavior by a pet of another resident that has made their pet more aggressive as a result. So I hope that comes across clearly, but we can talk about that more in a minute. Statements from residents about previous unreported cases are only hearsay unless they are documented with our security department and or the Laguna Beach Animal Control Center. Remember, you will be held accountable for the misconduct of your animal if you have no documented evidence of previous events initiated by another resident's animal on your animal and the actions you might have taken as a result. However, if a previous animal-on-animal attack has made your pet more aggressive as a result of that attack, and the previous event was documented, we can better understand your current situation and try to help. So help us help you. Report these kind of incidents and have them documented. So in a nutshell, if you've experienced previously an animal attack and didn't report it, there's no documentation. Anything that comes to our board, we can't take that into consideration.
Right.
So we've had some people that, because of this situation, have tried to either avoid or watch out for their animal when it comes around another animal or something like that. Some people have tried to carry tasers or spray or something like that. So if you cause an incident and we don't know about the previous, there's nothing we can do.
Right.
So you'll be held accountable in a nutshell.
Okay. And, you know, quite often it may be something that is just minor, but still, maybe your animal, you have a dog that as you walk around just for, it gets scared of other dogs, and so it gets aggressive more is a you know, fight or flight type thing.
Sure.
But it's you know, it's up to you to control that. But if something does happen, then it's not as though you're going to take away the animal. You're just trying to figure out what's going on here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have a better understanding of what has happened overall.
Yeah.
So your dog may have a defense mechanism that makes him more aggressive or passive. We don't know.
Yeah.
But we need to know the full situation, so be sure to have everything documented.
Okay, very good. Anything else today?
This is the main thing right now. Just watch in a few minutes for our board meeting. You'll pick up some more things.
All right. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
You take care, and we'll be right back. Yeah, Art, we have a Cocker Spaniel.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
Welcome, folks. We're standing here in the shuffleboard courts over here at Clubhouse 1, and I'm with Richard Fumonte. Is that correct? So tell me about the shuffleboard club here. You're having a tournament right now, but how many people belong to it?
Well, right now, currently, we have about 75 members in our club. We just had our collecting of our dues for the new year, and a bunch of people didn't sign up. We always get new members in summertime when we have our 3-week lesson program in July. It gets about 20 new members.
Okay.
We teach lessons every Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and we have a bunch of new members that take lessons. They enjoyed it, but right now we're having our travel team competitive match. Every Tuesday mornings we're in a competitive league, and our best players enjoy doing that. We like it a lot. This is our match against the Aztecs from Forest Gardens. We play against teams from Casa del Sol and Forest Gardens. We enjoy that. These are our best players, and we play 3 rounds. The first team that gets 13 wins is the winner of the match. and we enjoy it. We have a lot of fun. This is our new building, our new courts, and we have a lot of fun.
And do the other areas, you mentioned Costa del Sol and those areas, they have courts as well? You go there, or everybody comes here?
We travel. We're a travel team. We travel to Costa del Sol and Forest Gardens. It's a 10-minute ride. It's no big deal.
What about the difference between the indoor courts here? Are there outdoor courts as well?
Well, like in the olden days, they used to play outdoors here, like 40 to 50 years ago.
Right.
But then they finally built indoor courts, and we use a slick court dressing. Like I shouldn't be walking on the courts, but there's no dressing on this court, and that's made of beads, cornmeal, and sand grains, and that means you don't have to push hard on the disc to make them slide. It's a very, very fine, soft game. That's what we like about it. As you can see, the players here aren't pushing hard at all on the disc. It slides very easily.
And that's one thing that has surprised me watching this. It's more about finesse than it is power.
Yes, it's a lot of skill and strategy. You know, we have people in their 90s who play, and they really enjoy it. And that's what's nice about our game is you don't have to have a lot of strength or anything. It's more about skill and strategy. It's not about just scoring. You know, it's about placing your blocking disc or a scoring disc. If you try and score every time, your opponent's just going to knock it out, and you'll end up with nothing.
And one of the things you were telling me about a little bit earlier when we were talking is, I knew really very little about this, but depending where it is on the big triangle here are different points, right? And if it lands on the line, any part of you don't get any points, right?
Yeah, well, if it's on the line, it's no score. Here's a 10-point score.
Right.
8, 8, 8, 7, 7, and this whole area is the kitchen. Minus 10 down here. You don't want that. That's bad. Minus 10.
Right. Now, as far as scoring here, if let's say is it called a puck?
Disc.
A disc. If your disc lands in one of these areas here and you get your points, but your opponent knocks it out, do you get those points?
No. Well, what we do is we have you shoot 4 discs each frame. 4 yellow discs, 4 black discs. And after you've shot your 4 discs, whoever has a disc in the scoring area, that gets recorded on the scoreboards over there. And now you get 8 frames total. Whoever has the highest score after 8 frames is the winner. You might want to take a look at some of the scores down there. Like right now, I'm losing my match. He's a tough guy. He beats me every time. But my friend Arlene, she's winning her match. And the other people down there, I don't know how they're doing.
Who's your opponent over here?
Oh, this is Dale Jackson. He's from Forest Gardens. Say hi, Dale. Yeah, he plays for the Aztecs in Forest Gardens. They're a tough team, though.
How long have you been playing?
I've been on the travel team for 5 years, but I've been playing since 2009.
What made you get into this?
It's something I can do. I have a disability. It's one of the few things I can do. I can't do lawn bowling because you have to bend down. It's tough for me to do. I couldn't do bocce ball because they want you to bend down. It's tough to bend down and roll the ball. So
Well, I can see that one of the advantages of this sport here is just that. I could see somebody, maybe even a wheelchair or a walker, can do this.
we have some people with disabilities who have done it. One lady in her 90s was playing right before she passed away a couple weeks later. She was on the travel team, and she had a good time. But like I said, we have people in their 90s, and they have a good time. They enjoy playing.
Well, Rich, if somebody wants to get into this, you said, is it every Monday? Just come over here?
Yeah, just come on over. On Monday, we teach lessons at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Mondays. So feel free. You just come by, and my secretary, Gloria, will teach you a lesson. We're a very friendly group, and people enjoy it. And like I said, in July 7th, the 14th, and the 21st, we'll be having our 3-week lesson program. I'll be putting flyers at all the clubhouses for anyone who wants to join and take the 3-week lesson program. We do it in July because it's a slow time of year here at Laguna Woods, and people enjoy it.
Well, very good. Again, if you folks want to come on over here, Mondays at 1 o'clock here. It's in Clubhouse 1. It's behind the main area, and it's a great facility. Give it a try if you haven't played this or maybe you haven't played it for years. Got beautiful courts over here, and we really thank you for letting us come over here right in the middle of your tournament here.
That's fine, thanks. I just hope they didn't mind having to wait for me. I'm right in the middle of my match, but thanks very much.
We'll let you get back to it. Good luck to you, and it's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Take care.
I have a brilliant smile because of brilliant dentistry. I love her expertise, her knowledge, her wisdom, and most of all, her patience with me.
We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to implant and sinus surgeries, all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the brilliant smile difference.
Are you ready for PGA Tour Champions golf right here in Orange County? Only at Newport Beach Country Club can you catch your favorite legends as they tee it up at the finest stop on the PGA Tour Champions. Don't miss the Hogue Classic as it returns for an action-packed week March 4th to the 8th. Tickets are available now at hogueclassic.com.
Celebrating its 25th year, we're here at the Hogue Classic with Jeff Purser at the Newport Beach Country Club. And congratulations, boy, 25 years.
Yeah, how about that? Quite a run, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. It's been great. Well, tell me a little overview of what's happening.
So the 25th year, it's a great year for us celebrating. It's been quite a long run. Great names coming this year: Ernie Els, Fred Couples, John Daly, and many more that people will be familiar with. Some great activities this week as well with the Military Appreciation Day, our Youth and Scholarship Day, and just a fun week for everybody that enjoys golf.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the people you have coming. So there's some newcomers that well, of course, I haven't heard of them, but why don't you tell me a little bit about, I know, shame on me. Tell me a little bit about who they are.
Yeah, so again, Ernie Els, a lot of people familiar with Ernie, World Golf Hall of Famer. Retief Goosen, also South African, World Golf Hall of Famer. Angel Cabrera. He's a World Golf Hall of Famer, two-time major championship winner, and then Tim Herron as well. A lot of guys might be familiar with Tim Herron from the 90s and early 2000s. The nickname was Lumpy. Great personality, great guy. So, and then we have some guys coming back that we missed last year. Vijay Singh, who wasn't able to defend last year, will be back, and throw in a few others, and it's a great field.
You know, and it's a very popular event that you have, not only for, charity purposes, but also for the whole community to come together. Why do you think it's so popular?
Well, I think a lot of it is that it benefits Hogue.
Right.
Those tentacles reach very deeply in the community. A lot of people have a love for Hogue, and so to participate in an event that benefits an important community institution like Hogue is something that's powerful.
Right.
It's just a fun, festive atmosphere to come out and be a part of as well.
Now, Hogue Sports Charity, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that's just the organizing. That's our management group, if you will. So every PGA Tour event is hosted by a 501c3 organization. And there's a lot of different organizations that support Hogue. We're all part of Hogue. It's really Hogue Hospital. It's just our group that manages the golf tournament.
Okay, and now you have opportunities for scholarships. Tell me what you actually, you give scholarships to who?
Yeah, so that's in our partnership with Kingston Technology. The Kingston Technology Company gives a lot of scholarships out to kids around the community. They're in need. A lot of first-time secondary education in their families and things like that. And so we're doing something new this year where Hogue actually has an employee scholarship fund that benefits employees that want to make themselves better. Again, a lot of first-time education, a lot of immigrants, things like that, that just really want to take a better place in life through education. So we're benefiting that, and we'll give some to some other students as well. So we'll give at least $70,000 in scholarships this year.
That's great.
Through a partnership with Kingston. So we're excited about that.
That's awesome. Now, of course, an event like this couldn't happen without volunteers.
That's right.
So tell me how many you have.
Yeah, we have usually over 650 volunteers each year. And that includes 35 individual committee chairmen that lead our volunteer groups and all the different things that they do, marshaling and scoring and admissions and those kind of things. So they're fantastic. We have a statistic out this year that we've had over 1 million visitors in 25 years. We've given over $21 million to charity. We've had over 1.5 million volunteer hours, which is astounding when you think about it. So this doesn't happen without our volunteers, and we're very appreciative of them.
That's awesome, and they do take their jobs very seriously.
They do.
I can tell.
Yep.
So let's talk about the week.
Don't go to the wrong place.
Yeah, I know, because they will, and do not cross
That's right.
the fairway if they have that rope
outside
up.
the ropes.
That's right, absolutely. Okay, let's talk about the week as a whole. So you've got the first day is the Legends Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday is our 2-day Pro-Am where our sponsors play inside those ropes that you talked about with the celebrity golfers. And it's a great way to entertain customers, and it's a big part of our fundraising. Part of our fundraising.
Okay. So. Any particular celebrities you can mention?
Well, I'm at the professionals,
Gotcha.
So we don't have a lot of Hollywood celebrities that everyone looks for. We have one, Alfonso Ribeiro comes down here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we love having him. So.
All right, excellent. And then you have a Military Appreciation Day, and then there's also something new that you're honoring the military with.
We're very proud of our Military Appreciation Day. That's presented by CoreLogic. It's now in its 5th year, and it's become a signature piece of this event. All active, retired, reserve veterans can come in for free with 3 guests, and they get free food and beverage service provided by our sponsors. We have honorees, which we really are very proud of, that we designate 8 honorees each year that not only served our country but serve our community as well. And that's where we mesh the tournaments and the military. And so that's a wonderful recognition that we provide. And we're excited this year because we have our military village. And so we'll have our military charities that are there engaging with the fans. We have our Kanika Minolta Field of Flags, which people can plant a flag for a loved one in remembrance of them. And our Pal Maui Toast to the Troops Bar, and lots of activity. There'll be a lot of fun and just a celebration of our military.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then it would not be complete without Youth Day.
Yeah, Youth Day is on Sunday. We love that event too. Again, Kingston Technology is our sponsor of that. And that's all youth, 18 and under, get into the tournament for free on the closing day. We have some putting contests and games, and a game center for young kids, and lots of fun activities.
Well, it sounds like a very fun-filled day, fun-filled week, actually, with lots of different things. Anything to keep an eye out for during that week?
Well, we have lots of food and beverage service and great activities, so it's really an event that's for everybody.
Okay.
A lot of golf fans, of course, but it's just a fun social event to be part of and come on out and celebrate our community.
Right, and hopefully the weather will be as gorgeous as it is today.
I sure hope so.
Yes, we hope so. All right, well, thank you so much. It was very nice to see you again.
You too, thank you.
All right. And remember, if you want any information about what we've discussed here, you can always go to homeclassic.com.
The Crean Family Farm is a special section of the zoo where you can pet and feed goats and sheep, learn about animals, ride the train, and the new 50 monkey Ferris wheel.
Behind us, the train is going by, so Ethan's going to tell us a little bit about the farm and how it got its name.
Sure. So the farm opened in 2004 as the Crean Family Farm. We did have a smaller farm area in the zoo that dates back to the 1970s. It was starting to show its age, and we knew we could do more with the farm area. So that's when a campaign started for a new family farm area in the zoo. And the Crean family came in with a lead gift donation towards this project. So they are named, and it's named the Crean Family Farm. We have a variety of rare breed farm animals. So those are breeds of livestock, of goats and sheep and pigs and cows that are not very common anymore. So breeds that may have been common 100 or 150 years ago and now have sort of gone away. So we want to represent those heritage breeds here at the zoo. In addition to the rare breeds, we also are starting to incorporate some play areas and interactive elements for smaller children that relate to the farm area. And also we have homes for many of our education animals, so the animals that we use in programs for visitors coming to the zoo and also schools. So we have all of that represented in the farm. And on top of that, we have a large classroom. It's literally on top of that because it's the second floor of our barn. And the rides, we have a carousel, the conservation carousel, the Zoofari train ride, and the new 50 monkey Ferris wheel, which talks about the story of the 50 monkeys at Prentice Park.
The Santa Ana Zoo is located right off the 5 freeway off 1st Street on Chestnut Avenue in Santa Ana. Very simple to get to. The zoo is open 7 days a week from 10 to 4, closed major holidays. There is a senior rate, 60 years and over, of $9. Wheelchairs and electric scooters are available for rent. For more information, visit their website at www.santaanazoo.org.
Vacation where you live. The Towers offers the amenities and services of a hotel, daily lunches and 3-course dinners, weekly housekeeping, spacious floor plans with panoramic views, on-site maintenance, daily activities, and a 24-hour reception desk. Visit us at towers@lagunawoodsvillage.com.
Welcome back. Well, earlier we showed you a piece where I went out and I interviewed Jeff Purser from the Hogue Classic, and they were nice enough to give us some free tickets. So be the first person to email me at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com, and I will give you 2 free tickets worth $30 each to go one day to the Hogue Classic. So make sure you email me right away and we'll get that out to you. All right, our movies are Amelie, which is Friday, February 21st at 2 and 7 p.m. And it is about an innocent and naive girl in Paris with her own sense of justice. She decides to help those around her and along the way discovers love. Amelie is a fanciful comedy about a young woman who discreetly orchestrates the lives of the people around her, creating a world exclusively of her own making and shot in over 80 Parisian locations. So awesome, cool film. That is brought to you by Escrow Options. So catch that on Friday at 2 and 7 p.m. And then our next one is Monday at 2 and 6, and that is called Dead Man Walking. And that is about a death row inmate, Matthew Poncelet, nears his execution date, and he calls upon Sister Helen Prigine to help him with one last appeal. Maintaining that he is innocent of the murders of a young couple, Poncelet begins to form a bond with Prigine, and she visits both his family and the relatives of the victims, hoping to learn more about the case. Now, as things begin to look bleak for Poncelet, Prigine does all that she can to comfort and console the hardened convict. Now, that movie and Amelie are also part of our Be Kindness Month, so obviously they're both about some sort of kindness. Now, our weather looks pretty darn good. Ken gave us a nice overlook earlier where we're going to have some pretty sunny skies right up until maybe Friday. We're going to have some clouds and potential rain, but our temperatures, like I said, are looking pretty good. We've got some highs in the 70s, low 70s anyway, lows in the upper 40s, and then as we mentioned, Friday, partly cloudy, 30% chance of some evening rain, and then again, mostly cloudy morning, light rain on Saturday. But around town, things are looking really good today. North OC 72, Beaches 67, South OC 72, and San Diego 67, and Big Bear certainly has shot up since last week, 51, and then Palm Springs, a nice 78, so it's getting up to those 80s, which I really like. Sunny with mild afternoon winds today. And then on our show tomorrow, we are going to have Kaiser Permanente is coming, and we're going to be talking about kidney health. And then we've got Harvard Eye with Dr. Brian Kim. And then we have the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and they always have something very interesting to tell us about. We're going to have one of their bureaus on from the help from the Department of Homeland Security. Stay tuned, because we will be airing our meeting right after this at 9:30. We'll see you tomorrow.